Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to some Duel Links as we continue our road from Rookie to KOG. Last time we took a look at Turbo Cavalry and we used my monster cards. This time we're going to be using my monster cards again, but in a deck that we've previously used without it, which is Ritual Beasts. Now, with Ritual Beasts, all of our monsters are level 4 or lower, and we have 6 of them here. There are some other tamers that you could use, but generally they're not used, so we're not going to add them in. And my monster cards is going to make sure that as long as we have 6 different level 4 or lower monsters, our first 3 cards in our opening hand are level 4 or lower monsters. So we've tripled up on Elder. We always run triple Elder, but with this, Elder will be significantly more likely to be one of those 3 cards. We also triple up on Cannahawk to hopefully get Elder Cannahawk as our combo. We still like Winda a lot, so there's still 2 of her. And then we have 1 Petalfin, 1 Rampengu, and 1 Apelio, just to fill out the rest of the cards that we will need in the deck, because Ritual Beast is going to do a very good job of searching and banishing all of their cards. So as long as we can get a good opening like Elder and Cannahawk, then we have access to every other card that we need in our deck. So just like normal Ritual Beasts, we're going to be running 2 return. You can run 1 or 2, it doesn't really matter that much, and then 1 bond. Now what we are changing about the deck is we're actually going to run 1 of the trap card, because now we have room to add more than 20 cards into the deck. Our consistency is not based off of how many cards we have in our deck, but now it is simply based off of the monster distribution that we run. So we have 1 of the trap, which we could make use of. I don't know if we will. It is a good recycler, so it's not a bad idea to have 1 available to yourself, and we can always search it if we're in a bad situation and think it might be useful. We're running Treacherous just like normal. The other option you could run for your semi-limited card, Treacherous is semi-limited because you can only run 2 of them. You could run Hey Trunade, because Hey Trunade is just going to take off all... we have 1, so we can look it up real quick. Hey Trunade. It's going to return all set spells and traps on the field back to the hand, so Hey Trunade is going to be really useful for going for OTKs, trying to make sure that with a single Petalfin effect, you can finish off your opponent in 1 turn. Now, a lot of our other cards are also going to fit this theme. We are running Offerings to the Doomed, which just lets us target 1 face-up monster and destroy it. Now, we skip our next draw phase, but the idea behind this is that we're OTKing, and we're not that concerned with our draw phase being skipped. Plus, Ritual Beast searches a lot, again, so we don't necessarily need that draw phase. We've got Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of some back row. We have Night Beam. You can target 1 set card your opponent your opponent controls and destroy it, and they can't activate it. So if it's like a Magician's Navigation, you can target it with Night Beam, and they can't activate the Magician's Navigation in response. It's really good against Dark Magicians. And then we have Herald of the Abyss, good for getting rid of 1 monster, specifically for getting rid of monsters that you can't target. So like Cocytus, Cavalry, we can get rid of. Any of those really annoying big monsters, we can use Herald of the Abyss to get rid of them. And that's the whole idea here. We're just running a very similar deck to what we've done. A few changes, like Offerings of the Doom we haven't used. Herald of the Abyss is always an option in Ritual Beasts, but I figured we'd pull it out now. And we're going to go ahead and try this deck. Our duelist is going to be Cyrus Truesdale, because he's the one that I have my monster cards on. The only other one who has my monster cards is regular Yugi Moto. So either one of those, you can put them on. Now, it does look like we have a lot of UR cards in here. A lot of these you can replace with whatever you find useful or think you need or have available to you. My monster cards kind of opens up the field for you to build the deck differently. You don't have to copy other people. And now our deck is only 23 cards. Some people go to 30. Some people stay a little bit lower at like 25 to 28. Some people just still stay at 20 cards. It's just kind of up to what you want to do and what cards you think you need in your deck as options. This guy's running Toon World. Okay, so you can see already we have Elder and Kanahawk, which is nice to start off with. So let's go ahead. He just immediately scooped. Now, it has been a few days since I've actually taken a look at Ritual Beasts, so I'm hoping I can keep up the speed with the combos. But I've also been looking into building some other decks. Now, I'm really curious to see what this next box is going to be. By the time this video comes out, the next box could already be out or announced. And I'm hoping that maybe a ban list will come soon or alongside it or something, so I can not invest in the wrong thing. Now, obviously, the new box would very likely not be on the ban list, but old good decks definitely have a chance of being on the ban list. So this guy's running Power of Dark, so it's probably Dark Magician or Dark Lords. And you can see we have Elder and Kanahawk again, and Winda, because those are the ones that we're running more than one of. So it's very common that we will get those. I have no idea what you're playing. This card is tributed. Alright, so we didn't get anything to remove his back row. I wasn't paying attention. Can he activate his back row? He cannot. Alright, so we're going Apelio here. And then we will go for Ulti Kanahawk. And our first search is going to be for Bond because we already have Return and Winda in our hand. So go ahead, activate this. And we are safe to send Apelio to the graveyard because we have Return to summon him back. Alright, so now we are going... We want to add a card, and we're adding Bond. Now, we could add Ambush here as well. It is an option, but I think we're trying to OTK here. I don't know that we can do it. Definitely don't do that. Use your Kanahawk effect. So we want Petalfin next. You are over here. And then we're going to go Ulti Kanahawk again. We can summon an attack, that's fine. So now we are going to search. We'll target both of those, and then we're going to banish Winda in response to this. Is that how we're going to do it? So we'll go ahead, activate our Return now. That'll allow us to banish Winda, which will allow us to summon Apelio. And then we will activate Kanahawk's effect. And we'll summon both of these. Now, the question is do we want to... If we summon another Return, can we even do anything with it? I think we just go for Ambush. I'm not sure if we can clean this guy up in one turn. Do we get rid of his back row or do we get rid of his monster? Let's go ahead, get rid of his monster. No, we don't need to activate anything else. And now we will go into Ulti Apelio. Come on. We'll go ahead and set that. We can... Do we want to activate? We might as well activate. Get that Canahawk back into our banish pile. And now we are going to see... First we'll attack with Ulti Apelio, because he can't do anything about this. Then we'll attack with regular Apelio. He can do something about this, but we could just bond to get around it. Unless it was drowning, then we would have had to bond to summon like Ulti Petalfin in defense mode or something. I guess he didn't have anything? I don't know what his card was. So you can see the consistency so far. Hopefully it will maintain. Now the bad situation would be getting 3 elders. 3 elders would definitely make me sad. Or no elder, but... See, this is not fantastic, but it's still pretty good. And also, since we're going second, we have a draw that will add to this. So we have a decent chance to draw Canahawk. And Canahawk and Rampengu accomplish the same thing. You don't do anything, right? I don't think that... This guy's like a Gemini monster. Herald of the Abyss. So how do we want to do this? We can't really... What we could do is crash in with Winda. Because we can save our Elder here. We don't... Okay, so he has something that can activate just from us placing a card face down, which means it might be a Cosmic Cyclone. So if we just go Winda, crash, summon Ulti Apelio, I think that might be our play. Alright, so he lets us summon our Ulti Apelio. We do want Ulti Apelio, right? Nothing else here? I think it's a safe bet. So we still have our offerings to the doomed. Rainbow Life. Does that work on Ulti Apelio? I think it does, because the damage is not... Like, the damage Ulti Apelio does is not a card effect that is affecting him. What did you discard? You discarded a Winged Karibo. So he's a very stally person. I see. Now, if we summon Winda, we don't have lethal. But here with regular Apelio, we do. So why don't we go Elder into Apelio, and then we'll go ahead, banish that Winda. Don't want to activate offerings to the doomed. Then we will go Ulti Canahawk. Go ahead, activate Ulti Canahawk's effect. We don't need regular Apelio anymore. so. We'll go ahead and go out. And this will let us get a bond. I think bond is the play. And that way we can get 3 Ulti Apelio attacks in. Return might have been the play here, since they're all Ulti Apelio attacks, he can't actually be affected. So like if this is a drowning, then one Ulti Apelio would stay even though the other would go away, which it is. So in this case, going return instead of bond would have been better. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I thought of that a little bit too late. Because if we have 2 Ulti Apelios, one of them's gonna go away if it's a drowning, and then we could just like summon a regular Apelio with return. While with bond, we can't use bond anymore after the drowning goes off. Although I don't know what this guy's gonna do. He has 1 card to try and win the duel against an Ulti Apelio. So we'll just go ahead tag out here. We could Offerings to the Doomed, but we might as well draw first. And then why don't we should make sure that we have our fusion monster out first, because the fusion monster could dodge like a destroy effect. So let's go ahead, activate that. Ooh. You can only target face-up cards, huh? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Alright, well don't do that, obviously. That was pretty much the stupidest thing I've done today. Yeah, we're just gonna summon Winda instead then, because that was foolish. Go ahead, give me back, Ulti Apelio. And we should still have lethal even with that completely horrible play. Go ahead, go Winda. And then give me bond. Yeah, definitely read your cards and make sure you know that Offerings to the Doom can only hit face-up monsters. But we're fine. We pulled it off anyways. I feel like that guy didn't really have a deck that could compete with us anyways. So while it was the worst hand that we've had so far, he wasn't really putting up a lot from his side. Not too concerned about losing that one. But let's see how consistent this really is at giving us Elder and Cannahawk. So far we've gotten it 2 out of 3 duels. But every duel we've had Elder so far. The chances for us getting Elder, I'm trying to think, because it'd be lower than us getting Blaze Man in the... Like here we don't have it, which is understandable. And I think we can just go Winda and be fairly safe here. But yeah, so 82% is the chance of us getting Blaze Man in the Turbo Cavalry deck. But that deck, we're running 3 Blaze Men and then 1 of every other lower level monster. So this deck, I would probably say, because we're running 2 extra Cannahawks and an extra Winda. That's 3 extra cards. It's definitely still above 50%. What are you, Cosmo Brain? So what are we gonna summon here? Probably just summon another Winda. I think that's the strat. Summon another window. Because if we just summon Ulti Apelio, it can't really do anything. Because then we're not going to have an option for getting over Cosmobrain. But now we actually drew Elder. So we're going to be able to Elder Cannahawk. And then we can banish an Apel... Do we want to banish Petalfin maybe first? Do we have enough cards in our hand to make this play happen? We're one card down of what we would normally be. But if we get a search in, we should be able to do it. So let's go ahead and activate this. And we will drop both of you. Activate our effect. To get the Cannahawk. And now we can't send Winda to the banish pile. But we can special summon Winda this turn still. So why don't you go ahead and give me a bond. And now we'll send Petalfin. Petalfin. Now, we're gonna go ahead, go back into Ulti Cannahawk. And this time, how have we done this? So we need to summon Apelio. Let's go ahead, activate return. We'll banish Cannahawk, summon Apelio. Then Apelio will allow us to banish Winda. And now we can special summon that into Ulti Apelio. And we can activate Cannahawk effect. So we will send Petalfin and one of the Cannahawks. And then on his way out, we'll go ahead and grab Petalfin. This is going to force us to get rid of our bond. Oh no, it's not, because we get to search. Ah, we're genius. So we search for a Rampengu. And now we have to use Petalfin's effect on Cosmobrain. And then we'll go ahead, we might as well go into a Cannahawk. Because it's going to be lethal with the Cannahawk. And if it's not, then we'll just use Bond. So first we'll go Ulti Apelio. And then this will be lethal unless he's got an answer, which he does not. Alright, easy play. We are on a roll so far. 2 ranks up. I was like, what does Otaunt mean? But that was his name, I see. So, that last duel we didn't open up an Elder, but we got lucky enough to draw an Elder. So, that means so far 50% of the time we've had Elder Cannahawk opening. It's probably a little bit less than 50% that we open both Elder and Cannahawk. Okay, so this is where we're looking at a more normal hand, probably. Or a normal bad hand that we could get. And it still has Winda in it, so I'm fairly happy with any Winda hands. Now going second when you only have Winda is a little bit unfortunate, so we're still hoping to draw an Elder here. Because drawing Elder would enable all of our plays, while not getting Elder would make it so we kind of got to improvise. He just passed? Well, that's interesting. I'm just gonna get my free damage with Winda then. There's no reason not to. He's lucky we didn't draw an Elder there. If we had drawn an Elder, that's an OTK. I did hear something interesting, because I've been in the camp where I kind of hate Dark Magician a lot. But a Dark Magician, if you pass like that on turn 2 without playing any cards, Dark Magician can't OTK you. Which is interesting, because a lot of top decks can OTK you out of that. What do you even do? Can normal summon? You just don't have another thing? I was really hoping you did, because I was going to Treacherous you, but okay. So, what do we want to do here? I guess we'll just summon the Cannahawk, or do we want to summon the Petalfin? Petalfin could let us get rid of one of his cards. It's a tough one. How? I swear I wasn't on... Oh my goodness. Well, that was a pretty big mistake. I swear that's happened to me in both of the last 2 videos, where I clicked like next to the set and it set my card. Alright, so that's how that's gonna be. Well, we messed up pretty bad though. Obviously not what you want to do. Now if he summons anything, I am just going to Treacherous him. So it's not that bad. But we definitely need to refrain from making mistakes like that in the future. So let's go ahead and get rid of both of these. Does he get anything else? Or does he just get the 1,000 life? Alright, so now we should be able to win, even with me being a moron. Let's go ahead, flip this. I mean, I really didn't mean to do that, obviously. But it's happened to me twice now, so it's gotta be a problem with me. So we banish Apelio first. Now he should have nothing, I'm pretty sure. Do we even need to search? We should do one search with Cannahawk. What can you even activate? He's got something that he can activate. So we did draw return, so we don't need to search return here. Instead, we probably search Elder. Let's go ahead, give me an Elder. And then now, I guess the one unfortunate thing about only having one of your beasts, each of your beasts, is that if it's in your hand, you can't banish it very easily. We shouldn't have searched an Elder. We should have just banished an Elder, because we need to banish the Petalfin, essentially, with this. So like we go here. But having the Elder searched means that we can easily make a play next turn, so it's not bad. We're just like experimenting a little bit. Oh, that's the only card we can banish? Alright, fair enough. I'm glad that you can banish the spell cards. So what are we gonna go here? Probably just go Ulti Apelio. And then what's the best order to... I guess he can't have a drowning, right? So we attack with Ulti Apelio first. It seems like he's got something. I'm not sure what it is. What does that do? Target one, gain life points. Okay, do we still win even through that? Unless he's got a second one, I think we still win. And he does not have a second one. So we can actually go ahead and activate this effect. Because we saved enough doodads. And then we can activate Bond. Summon another Ulti Apelio, and that's lethal. How much damage did we do? 52 plus 23? 75 damage in one turn? 7,500? That's a lot of damage. No rank up, but we did just rank up like last duel or something, right? So I think that's going to do it for this one. We might continue to use this Ritual Beast deck. Like I said, I'm working on a few other decks right now, but I'm also waiting for the ban list, the new box. I need some updates here. I need Konami to give me something. But we might be using this deck again. Obviously, it is highly consistent. We always get Ritual Beasts, at least. Like, we're guaranteed to have 3 Ritual Beasts in our opening hand, which is really good. Now, obviously, we would like Elder and Cannahawk the most, maybe Elder and Rampengu, but you can't always get that, and in the other version of the deck with Sealed Tombs, you're even less likely to get it, where this one, I'd say it's probably like 60% chance that you open Elder and something useful. But either way, that's going to do it for this one. We will continue our climb to KOG. We're halfway through gold, but again, this month is about to end because the KC Cup was in the middle of this month, and that took up like half of the month. And then we didn't make that much progress afterwards. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time.